But let's get off of this division. Let's go up north.
Okay.
NFC North. NFC North is going to be interesting because I think the Vikings might be good.
We are on the same page. I think they win the division. I think
they got better, and I think the Packers got worse. And
that's why. And I just think that if there's a time for Kirk Cousins to ever break through, he doesn't have Zimmer. He doesn't have Mike Zimmer to be kind of his scapegoat whipping boy.
I don't got Zimmer holding back no more.
He doesn't have that. Justin Jefferson should be better naturally. They need to hope that Thielen stays healthy a little bit. He's firmly in that position after they gave him that new extension. So even with Kellen Mond a year or two, I don't think Kellen Mond's ready regardless, but like he doesn't have to really worry about his job. So that's safe. Dalvin Cook is still
Dalvin Cook
in terms of, and certainly a top 5 back that can receive and run.
If
I don't know too much about what they did defensively. They didn't make any big defensive moves.
I'm looking up the draft picks right now.
Let me see.
They got a cornerback out of Clemson, Andrew Booth.
Let me see.
Let's see.
They signed.
They got Sane from Georgia at safety. A guard out of LSU, a linebacker out of Oklahoma. I don't trust
Jordan Hicks.
Huh?
They got Jordan Hicks and Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith was one of the Smiths in Green Bay. I know the other Smith too. Crazy enough, Preston Smith. He went to Stevenson. Matter of fact, I went to elementary and middle school with him. But I
can't pick them to win the division because I just can't pick Kirk Cousins over Aaron Rodgers. But I would not place a wager on that division.
This is Pat Peterson's second year there, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's still good.
And I know that he's on the back end of.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still good, and I
a good safety.
I don't have my PFF subscription anymore because I wasn't looking at it to see how they rate him.
I just have a gut feeling that this is a team questionable head coach hire. They got the
they hire tall Sean McVay, right?
Yeah, they got the other. He was with the Chargers, though. I thought because McDaniels was the Rams OC, or was he the quarterbacks coach?
Kevin O'Connell. He was the Rams. He was the Rams OC, but he didn't call plays.
Okay, so that's why I question it a little. I mean, I like it because I just think that Green Bay is, like you said, I think Green Bay takes enough of a step back. I mean, we'll see how good Rodgers is throwing to guys we've never heard of.
I think he's going to be okay.
Brady do it. Brady did it. Like, I remember when Jabbar Gaffney was like one of Brady's like targets legitimately, and they were still winning 12 games. But like, I don't think, considering that they've literally won 13 games every year Matt LaFleur has been there, I don't see it this year. I like their run game. I think that Green Bay is going to be heavy on the run game because A.J. Dillon is good and Aaron Jones is good.
So what I read earlier this week is the Packers are trying to build a Patriots-esque team with defense, running game, and Aaron Rodgers makes plays when he needs to, but they're not going to rely on him to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. So,
and we already know he doesn't turn the ball over very much. So if his attempts go down, hell, he already only is throwing 5 or 6 picks a year. And typically, even in those 5 or 6 picks a year, he has that one game where he throws 2 or 3. And that's typically what makes up a lot of those numbers, even for him. So
let's look at the schedule real quick, though. We got Packers, Vikings, Lions, Saints, Bears, Dolphins, Cards, Commanders, Bills, Cowboys, Pats, Jets, Lions, Colts, Giants, Packers, Bears. I don't like their schedule.
This is Green Bay, right?
No, this is Minnesota.
Okay.
I don't like their schedule. because I think that no matter what the Patriots record is, Bill Belichick will outcoach O'Connell. He'll force 3 turnovers on Kirk Cousins.
I am still in favor of Minnesota. They're certainly going to be the team that challenge. And this will get us to the next team. And I think you know where I'm going with this.
These frisky Lions.
God damn it, man! I think that they're going to be
7 wins, baby.
Yeah, honestly, give me that. And I think that if they shock people, they get to 9.
Bro,
that's really like, it's not funny because it's like, I think people think Jared Goff is Baker Mayfield or something. And he really isn't. Jared Goff threw for almost 5,000 yards, went to a Super Bowl. Now, yeah, McVay is his coach, and we can give McVay more credit than we can him. But I just think that Dan Campbell, you want to talk about, they were talking about Coach T being the motivator. That's who that motherfucker is. If there's not coaching and there's motivation, it's him. Bro, he's the motivator.
Jared Goff is closer to Matt Ryan and Derek Carr than the NFL media will allow us to say. Not Matt Ryan at his peak, Matt Ryan today.
Okay, old Matt Ryan, sure.
I'm saying in that 12 to 16 range.
Fair. I think he's better than Ryan Tannehill.
I don't know how I feel about Ryan Tannehill.
I think that if Detroit wanted to trade Ryan Tannehill, if the Titans wanted to trade Ryan Tannehill for Jared Goff, that Detroit would possibly say no. Probably.
I wouldn't trade that. Unless you're giving me 2 ones.
They would probably say no. And so
think about their weapons, right? You got my man out of Jacksonville that came up there. You got Jameson Williams. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got running back out of Georgia. You got running back from Green Bay. They got some weapons. That offense is going to be frisky. Brought in a new OC because my man's wasn't getting it done. What's his name? Lynn.
Yeah, Anthony Lynn.
Yeah, he wasn't getting it done.
Fired after year 1 when they knew they were going to be bad.
You know what? It is what it is. But they have a weird staff. They have a heavy player staff, like former player staff, right? And I think that creates an authentic football environment. There's not a lot of faking going on because when your coaches have been players, they know how y'all really give it up. So I think there's a lot of
Aaron Glenn is the defensive coordinator there, and I remember that because when I saw him, Aaron Glenn. You may not remember him. So when the Texans were in their inaugural year, he was like their best corner. I just remember because I used to play Madden. He was like a 91.
That name sounds familiar.
He played for the Saints too, and I think he coached there actually last year as the second coach. Yep, and they hired him as the DC. And so he's a former player, though. It's just funny you're bringing that up because these are things we played them on Friday in preseason, but like these are things that I'm kind of remembering. But I want you to just look at this real quick. The Lions depth chart. Jared Goff.
Okay.
2 running backs, Swift and Jamal Williams, formerly of the Packers.
Yep.
Rod St. Brown. Very solid,
bro. He's the reason why I didn't win he's the reason why I didn't win a championship in fantasy this year.
You should have beat Dale. DJ Shark.
Yep.
Somebody that I kind of wanted the Falcons to bring in. Jameson Williams. So those are your 3 wide receivers. Not a bad core for Jared Goff. TJ Hawkinson's obviously a gamer.
Top 5 tight end, yeah.
Not to mention Dan Campbell's a tight end, former tight end. So of course. And Iowa's tight end, even though Georgia is coming for this spot. I'm telling you.
Boy,
they are coming. Boy. And we're going to get into our college stuff, another, pod, but boy, are they coming for it. But Iowa's tight end you for now. So Hawkinson. Remember, they drafted Penei Sewell.
Yep. He looked good too.
Defense, they got Michael Brockers. Solid.
Yeah.
They got Aiden Hutchinson on the other end.
We'll see what he becomes. I saw what Georgia did to him.
I did too, but let's just say Can he be decent? Can he be a 6.5, 6, 7 sack guy in his rookie year?
Hopefully.
If so, good contributions in year one.
Hopefully he's not Michael Sam.
They drafted Jeff Okudah. I don't really know how good Jeff Okudah is, but remember, third pick out of Ohio State, football factory.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't see how this group doesn't potentially start cooking with some grease. If they're motivated enough.
Let's pull up that Lions schedule.
You got Eagles week 1 at home. They're at home.
They could win that.
They could definitely shock them. You got Washington week 2. Could definitely win that.
I think they're winning that.
At Minnesota, I'd count it as a loss. But division game. Last year they beat them at the last second. Seattle
wins.
Certainly a winnable game at home. At New England, that's a loss.
Probably.
Bye week early. At Dallas.
Probably a loss.
Probably not winning. Miami, you better win that because you got Green Bay next week, and we know that they just don't beat Green Bay. Doesn't matter how good they are, they just don't beat Green Bay.
That's a loss.
So really need to beat that Miami game, but probably lose. Green Bay, probably lose. At Chicago, that's a win. And if you can get that momentum and beat the Giants at New York, a team that you can beat, you're in shape. You're in shape. You're in shape headed into Thanksgiving against Buffalo, who should probably fucking thrash you. But you've got enough momentum to where it could be a game, and everybody's like, "Yo, they only play Jacksonville. They get Minnesota again. They're at the Jets. They're at Carolina. They play Chicago, and then they got Green Bay. Why not? Why not?
Let me see. Let's just count out: Bears 1, Panthers 2, Jets 3, Jaguars 4, Giants 5. Bears 6. We're going to hold on the Dolphins. Seahawks 7. Commanders 8.
Possible Philly upset.
Possible upset. Maybe Yeah.
I'm just saying they're not winning the division, but why not be?
There's 8-9 is real.
Why not be a serious overachiever this year, and then everybody's really talking about you next year.
And then you'll grab a couple of free agents because you go, they were 8-9.
And Dan Campbell will possibly have it cooking. Who knows?
And bite kneecaps.
Possibly have it cooking. Last team, we're not going to spend too much time on them. The Bears, they're going to suck dick. I hate it for Justin Fields, but they're going to suck dick.
Free Roquan, free Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to get a bad rap for not being a good quarterback because he's on a terrible franchise who has supported him terribly. And it's just not. He's not going to look good. He's not going to look good consistently on film because he's not going to have the support around him. And they hired Eberflus, who's going to run cover 3, and not going to offensively support him properly.
This might sound crazy, but who knows? Maybe somebody saves him. Maybe
come home.
Maybe the Atlanta Falcons.
Maybe we right or wrong.
Maybe the Falcons win enough games to where they're the 8th pick and they want to do that, and they say we'll send you Ritter, we'll send you Future, depending on how bad. If he plays bad, even
if the Bears are worse than us, which they probably will be.
I think the Bears should be the worst team in the NFL this year.
And Fields doesn't look good, and we can't get CJ or Bryce. It's like, hey, send them. Come on, we'll give you a 2.
I was going to say, if they don't want to change quarterbacks, Will Anderson is going to go to Chicago because
Chicago loves defense,
and he's going to be a dog in the league too. I mean,